What's going on, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Give Me Back the podcast. I am one of your hosts, Charlie. What? Something's wrong? I'm not supposed. This is Pete's freaking pick. Pete picked this movie. It's 9 February. Pete, where are you at? Oh, Jesus Christ.
I lost my light. Whoops. Pete. Captain Pete. Welcome, everyone, to Give Me Back My Action Movies. I am your super spy, Captain Pete. And with me, as always, is Felix. The Felix to my Bond, Charlie. Say hi, Charlie.
So I get to be CIA. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
I can see that.
Throw you a bone, sure.
Okay.
Sure.
Well,
I can't see shit right now. It's in the basement.
No, you can't see anything.
These are polarizing. It's not.
And the strings from the sign are still hanging down, so all the movie magic is completely gone. Wow. No idea that was happening. Pete usually just tells me before we start going, I got a bit, just roll with it. And I'm like, cool. I do like this because I think originally I was going to recommend maybe Anna give us the bullet down the barrel intro for the video.
Yeah, but he's a trumpet player this time. Bond
was always known for playing a mean triangle.
Yeah.
Saxophone.
So anyway, yeah, this is a Pete pick and a movie near and dear to my heart, or I should say a franchise near and dear to my heart. I've teased this a number of times, and I think even Charlie, I surprised you that I do actually really, really enjoy the James Bond franchise.
I have questions. I have stuff I want clarified.
I have a lot to share. I'm not sure how much this is going to turn into like our Christmas episode. We're just chatting about stuff because I've got so much nostalgia. This goes way back in my adolescence, not childhood, really. But anyway, before we get into all that stuff, how long is the trailer, Charlie?
All right, so look, I'm going to let everybody know right now. So Anna usually puts this stuff in later. She will put in the OG trailer. But usually we play it live so me and Pete can kind of react to it and everything. It's 2 minutes and 43 seconds.
I wondered.
I found one that was like a minute and a half. I'm like, yes, awesome. It is nothing but the James Bond music showing scenes from the movie. No voiceover, not even talking scenes, just scenes. And I'm like, well, I can't do that either.
There was a preview trailer where Brosnan just came out and said, who else do you think this was going to be, or something like that?
That's like a teaser one when they were first announcing that he was taking over for Bond. So you're going to hear the trailer. YouTube, you're going to see the trailer. Me and Pete, we ain't going to see shit. But yeah, Anna, roll the trailer.
You were expecting someone else? No more foreplay. James Bond. James Bond.
I'm sure it was amazing. I did actually watch the 2-minute one. There he goes. No, I actually did watch the 2-minute and 40 some odd second one. You got strings everywhere. Was the trumpet was on strings too? Was it not even you playing?
No. Just my bullet sign was on the string. But
pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
All that movie magic for nothing.
Oh my gosh! But yeah, let's get into our histories. I'm going to go first.
Please
just because I know it's going to be your kind of thing here. But I grew up watching James Bond movies, but they were Dad watched them all, but he was very selective about the ones I got to watch. And I only remember this because I know the running joke on the action stuff that we do here is when it was real bad, Dad would send me to the kitchen to go do something and come back. I remember watching a James Bond movie. I don't know which one it was, and it was definitely an earlier one where Dad goes, "Go stand in the hallway." What? Go stand in the hallway right now. I'm like, okay. And I stood there, didn't hear anything. Okay, come back in. All I remember was we were watching a James Bond, and I'm 100% positive it was on television, so he couldn't fast forward it, and he muted it, and it had to have been the James Bond with the hot chick scene, that is in all of these. And I, as a kid, I was just like, this is on TV. How bad could this have been? But my mom was in the room too. So I'm guessing it was like, all right, kick Charlie out of the room, let him watch it. But Dad would let me watch things like Moonraker. I feel like I watched Thunderball. Yeah. Like Dad, I know Dad didn't go, all right, let's watch Octopussy. I'm like, that's a funny name, so I know I didn't watch that one younger. So Brosnan's Bond takeover in the 90s, I was already 15, 16. I think this is 96 when this came out. 95,
96.
95. So I was 15 when this came out. So I'm already well into action movies. I got to kind of say, this is my James Bond. These are the ones I remember us renting and watching for the first time, watching all the way through, start, middle, end. And from here, I'm launched into my era of James Bond. So I have a very special place in my heart for Brosnan. And also, I was a child of the 90s, so we all played GoldenEye on the Nintendo 64. That was our foray into first-person shooters where we could shoot each other.
I mean, Doom and Quake and Duke Nukem and Wolfenstein, they started it, but this solidified how these games are supposed to be.
This lets you fight your friends. You could be in that one type of level the arena where you're shooting at one another. And I remember that. Now we've got Halo and Call of Duty and all that other stuff. So this is an important one for me anyway. I do still have questions on why we're doing this, but that's okay. But Pete, why don't you go ahead and hit us with your history?
I'm going to try to keep this kind of concise because I'm sure we'll be talking about all of this as we go through. So I'm just going to keep. Okay, so my history it's all my mom's fault. My mom loved James Bond movies. And as an adolescent, I would say anywhere from like 10 to 13, since all these were PG, even I cannot think of a single, maybe a side boob, barely.
Yeah, I think some cheekage once in a
Yeah,
while.
little cheeky, yeah, some revealing clothings.
Oh yeah.
But nothing. It was as tame could be. I mean, I think I saw Back to School with Rodney Dangerfield. There were boobs in that, and I think that was PG.
Well, yeah.
But there was a shower scene with some gal like, "Whoops, hello."
We just did Lone Wolf McQuade, and you can see through what's her face's pajamas. But I don't
think Bond has any of that. So I think my mom and dad, as risque as it was,
that's a good.
They didn't bat an eye to it. Risque.
Yeah. Risque. Yeah. That's a good explanation of why I got put in the hallway. It was a little too risque for Charlie.
It's a temperature. Oh, I forgot.
The temperature, and he realized I'm wearing a sweater.
I forgot I have my tuxedo on too.
Well, it takes Bond a little bit. You were undercover there for a little bit. Now you're like, all right, I just come out of the pool and now I do the tuxedo.
So, Mom loved these movies, and we would go to the local video store. It wasn't Blockbuster. And we would just go up and down, and Mom would pick one. Like every weekend that we had movie weekend, Mom would always pick one. And I think the first one I remember seeing in the newspaper. Remember, kids ask your grandparents about what newspapers are.
Newspaper? Paper?
Yeah. But they have movies. They have the movies listed with all the posters. I do remember seeing Octopussy and not understanding what that meant. And
at least had an octopus in the name. So they were throwing the kids off a little bit.
I'm like, maybe there's a monster in it. Cool. And Dad's like, no, we're not going to see that. Man. So I had to wait till I was probably in high school to see that one. But we got through the vast majority of, I think Thunderball was a hard one to find. Diamonds Are Forever was another tough one to get a hold of for whatever reason. I don't think it was like there was a lack of VHS out there. It's just my area didn't have.
It's what your place got. Yeah.
Her Majesty's Secret Service. I didn't see that till college.
Man with a Golden Gun.
No, I do remember Man with the Golden Gun because that was Christopher Lee, and I knew who that guy was.
Yep.
Definitely Dr. No, Goldfinger. Yeah, those were
staples. I remember like those were on television constantly. So I know those were ones I was watching, and it was probably one of those that I got sent in the hallway for. But, you know what I mean?
My mom was hilarious. Whatever. This is to this day, if we would watch a James Bond movie, maybe not the Daniel Craig ones because they're not quite as risque.
Not really, no.
Not really. They are great for what they are. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to poo-poo on them, but they're not. Sure. Again, we'll talk about that a little bit later. But whenever Bond would, like, he'd get the wristwatch that had the magnet in it and unzip the back of some gal's dress, and my mom always, without fail, would say, "Oh, James."
Your mom's money penny the entire time, isn't she? Yeah.
She just loved these ridiculous movies. I think the action was unrealistic enough, and the womanizing was over the top enough that my folks didn't really have a problem with us watching it because they knew that they could tell that we knew it was a farce. This isn't real life at all whatsoever. So I don't think they had a problem with us watching any of them except Octopussy. I mean, whatever.
If they'd have named it anything else, it would have been totally fine. But even saying her name in the movie wouldn't have been that bad. But
right.
I want to watch Octopussy. What kind of hentai are you into right now? That's just really weird.
Send you a link. And I do remember Mom loving Remington Steele.
Oh, my mom and dad watched that.
We all loved this Remington Steele.
Oh my God.
And then when it was rumored in the mid to late 80s that he was going to be the next Bond, this is before Dalton, she was over the moon because Pierce Brosnan, ladies and gentlemen, I'm a career heterosexual. This man is beautiful and
he's a beautiful man.
Wow. Is he, and charming as AF. Whew. So anyway,
and British, that helps. You know what I mean?
British,
yeah,
right.
I can speak with a British accent.
Exactly. Thank you, Carrie Ellis. Love you to death. So that's my history. So when NBC or CBS, whatever the station was, screwed him over by not allowing him to take over the Bond mantle in the late 80s so he could come back to Remington Steele, and then they dropped Remington Steele after they hired Dalton.
Mhm.
Oh, it was, and there was no internet back then. This is all like Entertainment Tonight bullshit, right?
You got it on. You mentioned newspapers earlier. You
Mhm.
got that at the grocery store
Entertainment.
checkout,
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah, the weekly
That's
news or the
that's where
or
you got
Us-
everything. Yeah,
Us,
us.
or even the TV Guide would have stories like that in there. But finally, when he got hired for this, I just jumped for joy because I didn't see any of the Dalton ones in the theaters, and I was definitely old enough to do that by myself.
Mhm.
And I have seen the Dalton ones since. I like them. They
I
are
like
their
Dalton.
own. They're akin to the Daniel Craig ones today. I think they're a little more serious, a little more dour.
They're serious and kind of
a
fit in their own
darker.
little bubble. You
Mhm.
know what I mean? You
Yeah,
know,
I'm here for it. Give me James Bond in all stretches.
I can
but
watch
anyway,
any of them. Yeah,
right.
I'm the
So
same way.
that's my history. I've got lots of opinions about the franchise itself and all the actors involved in it.
Well, yeah. Well, and then
So
that's with me. I mean, we're kind of on the topic. Like everyone, you say James Bond, you think Sean Connery.
sure.
Boom.
Yeah,
Sean Connery.
inevitably, he's the OG. I mean,
And to me, that is James Bond. But like I said, Pierce feels like my Bond. So I kind of want to say he's my preferred Bond.
he is my preferred Bond, and I'll tell you why. I believe that Sean Connery can kick any man's ass. I believe that.
100%.
Bruiser. Big man. Big man. He's got big hands. He will knock you senseless. Do I believe he can bed all the women? Sure.
After he slapped him once or twice.
He had,
probably.
right.
Yeah.
We'll get to that later. Roger Moore, he was so slick and smooth.
Mhm.
Yes, I believed 100% that he could bed any woman that he wanted to if he set his mind to it.
Mhm.
I don't believe that old man could beat anybody up for nothing, especially in View to a Kill. That was a doughy old man that should not have been. Even Connery doing Diamonds Are Forever, when they were doing that weird trade-off, like Broccoli owns this and Fleming owns this, and they're putting out movies at the same time with
didn't he do it Never Say Never is like the it's the non-official Fleming.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Diamonds Are Forever. I got that wrong.
No, look, if you can name every single Bond movie, bravo, man.
Bravo.
I get them mixed up. We're going to talk about this, but there are 27 James Bond films. That includes Casino Royale, the original,
the original.
Never Say Never, ones that people don't count, but this is like among one of the longest running franchise
right up there
movies.
Up there with
aside, I was going to say Godzilla's another. Steven, Leo, I love you. I know, witchcraft, which board, whatever.
witchcraft. Yeah.
Witchcraft. I know
Master.
they're in the like 357.
The
Amityvilles. I already know we're already into the dildo era.
Hellraiser's up there.
I think Hellraiser's still under, so I think they're still just around in
20 quickly, I would think.
I think they're still in the low teens, if not around the 10 mark.
I looked here recently.
So
so anyway,
so it's up there.
So I don't believe Moore could beat anybody up. Lazenby's got one movie. I can't. He's a lot of people's favorites. He has one film. I just can't. I can't give you a lot of.
Lazenby's on Her Majesty's Secret Service.
Yeah,
it's
a great film. It's a great.
Oh,
film.
I know.
Probably the best film in the entire franchise. Yet it's one with one actor. I'm sorry. There's not a big body of work with him involved.
I wouldn't argue that. I think for a Ian Fleming novel on film, On Her Majesty's Secret Service is probably up there.
It's up there. It needs to be talked about in the best in the franchise.
Mhm.
Dalton, I believe he could beat the fuck out of anybody. That's a big man.
Yeah.
he's sneaky big. Like you look at him, you're like, he's big. Then when he stands next to people, it's like, holy shit.
But he almost has that Sean Connery type thing too, where you're like, can he get all the women? that fall for him.
Yeah,
like
not entirely. Yeah,
Dalton. I love Dalton, but I was like, I don't see it.
Craig is his own thing. I believe he can. He's fit. I believe he can beat most people up.
I think in the first couple, yeah.
He's not really that interested in women. Not that he's not interested in women, but
they dialed that back. They dialed.
Really
I mean, it's a different era. It's a different era. I just don't. So I'll say it now. I don't like my James Bond to be self-loathing, and that's what the Daniel Craigs end up being for sure. And they kind of start that way too. You know. We start with maybe he just became a 007 and within a few movies, he's retiring from being 007. And you're like, wait a minute here. I still love Dame Judi Dench. I still love all that stuff, you know, and then I have not watched the newest ones and there's a reason, you know, and I won't.
One thing.
Well, they're too damn long, but also I won't spoil anything. But there's just another reason I won't. I'm not in a hurry to watch.
With Brosnan, I think Brosnan is the perfect mix of he's a big man, he's very fit.
Yes.
I believe he can kick the vast majority of people's ass. He's not going to beat Jaws. He's probably not going to take down Odd Job, but those are exceptions.
But I believe him being able to outsmart them. So that's another angle.
I also think he's super smart, smarter than probably any of the others. Maybe Craig is up there. And with that face, with that charm,
he checks all the boxes. Yeah,
he every single box that is James, and he's got great comedic timing too.
He does.
Roger Moore always felt a little forced. Like he would have some good lines, and it was like, that was you're trying a little too hard.
It's like he's reading off a script.
Yeah. Connery was a little better as far as the comedic timing was concerned,
but his was dry, and his was usually, you know, very matter of factly. You know, just that's how he would drop it. Brosnan has a bit of a swagger to it, and almost a wink and a nod when he does say something funny. You know, and I like that.
With Brosnan actually winking to the camera, his inflection certainly plants his tongue in cheek for sure.
I think the biggest benefit to Brosnan is the fact that this movie came out like 6 years after Dalton's last one. And
the franchise was on the ropes.
The franchise was hurting. The franchise didn't know what it was going to do. And they ended up in the mid 90s. And I feel like this is the biggest reason I like this movie a lot. This is the most actiony of the Bond movies up until this point. Like there's always some action in them, but there was also a lot of talking and espionage and sexy time. This one goes, you're going to have all that, but every like 5 to 8 minutes, there's going to be some action happening.
This movie is a little over 2 hours long, and it doesn't feel like it. Jody was watching with me, and she's like, "This movie cooks. Like
it's lightning speed.
Moves. Like,
it does not waste a minute. You can almost
not catch your breath in this movie. It's amazing.
But you don't get lost.
You don't get lost.
They tell the story correctly as it goes. Plus, you now have the benefit of technology catching up and even passing James Bond technology. You know what I mean? Like all of the gadgets from the 60s and the 70s and even the early 80s still kind of felt like futuristic, a little far-fetched. Now we're in the mid 90s going, well, I have a BMW with Stinger missiles behind the headlight too. You know what I mean? Which is going to be my one. I have a couple of bitches, and that's a bitch in this movie.
The BMW or the Stinger missiles?
Both. If you give me a James Bond car and you tell me the cool shit it can do, why is it not doing the cool shit you said it could do?
Great. I didn't even think about that. Well done. Yep. You're right.
Now, I'm not complaining about anything else because we got the awesome Aston Martin at the beginning, got a car chase. I bet they had to pay Ferrari a shit ton to go, look, this Aston Martin's going to beat it. And Ferrari's like, going to what? We're going to put you in a movie. Okay, fine. We'll sell some cars. But then you show this, and I'm not a BMW guy, but it's Bond. So I'm like, I'm all in. Talking about this car, looking at, showing it off. It's a car commercial. It shows up later.
There's a lot of commercials in this movie.
And then, Pierre Water. They got Perrier water.
Omega watches.
But I'm waiting this entire movie going, okay, I already know the Stinger missile is going to come in very important later in this movie. Nope. Where's the car? CIA got it. You blew up my plane, I get your car. I guess that was the deal at the end of the day. But so that's gonna roll into. We will talk about the movie, everybody. It's fine. But I have a question for Pete. Because Pete famously, ever since I asked him to come on to the action side of the shows, it had to be specific kind of movies at first. Because a lot of times Pete would be like, oh, that's not my thing. I don't want to watch that. I don't like that. I don't like that. It come down to where Pete goes, I don't like a lot of gunplay in my movies. A lot of run and gun and bang, bang, shoot them and they die. Yet Pete speaks very, very highly of this movie. Almost everyone in this movie dies of gunshots with a lot of back and people fall down and soldiers fall down and guns going off and shoot, shoot, bang, bang, boom, boom. And Pete's over there going, yeah, it's awesome. I love it. I'm like, why is this any different from the movies I show you?
Because it's not as serious. They're not taking themselves so seriously. God, you watch Rambo just stand there on a hill and mow people down. Boy, I'm falling asleep, man.
They fight guys in a jungle in this. You can't tell me that some of this didn't just look like Rambo, but with James Bond.
I like what I like. I don't have to explain myself.
I'm literally watching it the other day, and I'm just like, wait a minute. I was that kid. Wait a minute. There's a lot of fucking guns in this movie.
And Pete likes this. I get it. I'm a bit of a hypocrite.
If I didn't call you out, I would get called out for not calling you out.
It's fair. I guess this is like your dad would show you things like Commando and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. My folks didn't care for that stuff.
Right.
It was not movies that we watched when I was young, but this is what I watched when I was
young. So we're on that. What did they think of the Brosnan era of James Bond, being fans of the original?
Mom loved it.
Really?
Loved it. She loved it because it's her Remington Steel. My dad, doesn't really offer opinions. He's like, yeah, that's good. I won't watch it again, but it was good.
So that maybe says a lot right there.
Dad doesn't watch movies twice. Like, pulling teeth. You will not watch a movie twice.
I know this movie is still fairly highly rated, but I do know some of the Bond purists make fun of the Pierce Brosnan run.
They do. They sure do.
And look,
it's a little goofy. It's a little Looney Tunes.
It gets. I love them all, and they do get goofier as they go. Like GoldenEye is peak, but whenever you start getting into the other, when the dude's made of diamonds and the invisible car and Christmas and the Ice Palace, I think all these are in the same movie. I'm trying to remember Diamond. But I still like them because there's just a crap ton of action in every single one of them. I mean, a freaking car flips over and a rocket goes underneath it at one point.
Sure does.
I mean,
chasing on ice, weren't they?
Same damn movie I'm talking about. I think there's one movie I really, really like, and it's that one, and I can't remember which one it is. Again, I don't know Bond movie. I think I know the Daniel Craig's better than I know all the other Bond as far as titles. Casino Royale, Spectre, Skyfall, stuff like that. I can go like, it was this one, this one is Quantum of Solace. Yeah, Casino Royale, Quantum of Solace. Damn long, and also basically was part 2 to part 1.
Yeah.
Like, I know they all follow the same like storylines.
That's the interesting thing with Daniel Craig. Those are actual sequels. They lead one into the other.
Yeah, it's just go. So those you have to watch the one before to get to the other ones. Talkie, and there's still some awesome action in them, but they lost the edge that the Brosnan movies had to me. I find myself going back to these movies. The World Is Not Enough. That was one of the other ones. Tomorrow Never Dies. GoldenEye.
Lucy Liu was in that one, wasn't she?
Yeah, Lucy Liu was in one of them. But yeah, I enjoy Bond movies. I really do. I need to go back and maybe give the whole franchise a fresh rewatch, because there's probably some I haven't seen except maybe once.
Yeah, Majesty's Secret Service is one that I've only seen maybe once or twice. Thunderball is one that's got this cool underwater scene too. I
See,
don't know why I've never
Thunderball's one
revisited
I
that.
know I've seen several times. It's got the
Yeah.
submarine car.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what I'm talking about. You show me a
Yeah.
cool car,
It's
it
really
better
cool.
do the cool shit in the movie.
Diamonds Are Forever. Is that the one with Kim Basinger? Or is that
Well, 71 is Diamonds
one
Are
you just-
Forever.
okay. The one with Kim Basinger, I've only seen once, maybe.
Kim Basinger.
I think I've
would've
seen A View to
been-
a Kill more times than any other Bond
Right.
film, because that was on TV a lot, and it had Duran Duran, and I
Mhm.
flipping loved Duran Duran at that time.
From Russia with Love, I remember watching multiple times. Like I said,
Goldfinger, Dr. No, I saw those.
Moonraker will forever be the
Oh, Moonraker.
most fun Bond movie for me. Like
Pretty fun.
we make the joke about movies going to space. James Bond went to space.
Bond went to space.
There's a lot of satellites in James Bond movies, but
They really are.
James Bond went to space in
Actually
Moonraker.
visited outer space.
Yeah. So I'm always a fan of that kind. Yeah. So it's GoldenEye, Tomorrow Never Dies, The World Is Not Enough, and Die Another Day
Die
is
Another
the final
Day.
Pierce Brosnan version of it. I like all four.
Did you see
I
any of
have
these in
all
the theater?
four. So no, I never actually got to go to these in theater. I think it was the Daniel Craig's. And I think I only went and saw Casino Royale and Skyfall in theater. I didn't do the two in between, and I didn't go afterwards because I think I got to that point where I was just like, it's going to be 2.5 hours, almost 3 hours long. I'll wait till it comes out and I'll watch it.
Chunks.
I'll definitely watch it in chunks.
We went to Jody and I saw Casino Royale in theaters, and she almost walked out of that movie when the scene where they knocked the bottom out of the chair.
Oh yeah, the
She
Mads Mikkelsen's beating the shit out of his nuts. Yeah.
She put her hands in her face in her hands, and I swear to God, she was going to walk out. I think she even said, "Yeah, I darn near walked out of that movie," because that just upset her so much.
I can see that because
and it wasn't because it was Daniel Craig. It was because of the torture.
It was, and it's. I think that scene is what really set that series apart from everything else.
For sure.
Yeah, it's
halfway through the movie too.
You're watching a Bond movie. You're watching them play cards, and now all of a sudden, basically, you're in this torture porn scene.
Yeah.
And look, there ain't a guy sitting in that theater that didn't go, I mean, I probably held my eyes at the same time. It was visceral. Yeah. But this one doesn't give us that. This one gives us awesome. Like, I love a Bond film where we just jump right in the middle of a mission right at the beginning of it. You have no idea what's going on. The cold open. You have no idea what's going on.
So cold, and all of a sudden, just all sorts of shit is happening. You got Boromir there,
and Sean Bean,
Sean Bean, 006, 007. You're like, what?
Yeah,
have there always been?
There's two of them.
That's
the whole Star Wars thing, but. Yeah, and you get this awesome like battle. We're fighting Russia again. It's just it's gonna happen. I'm sorry, that's just what's gonna happen. They were the bad guys, and we don't really know what they're doing other than they're going to blow up some kind of fuel depot. And I love that it's still all the Bondisms. Him and Sean Bean are bouncing off of each other, throwing these one-liner quips while being shot at. Inept Russian soldiers doing dumb shit. Bond literally hiding behind a rolling cart of explosive fuel, and no one's firing at him except for one dumb one. And then the commander shoots the dumb one because he could have killed everyone.
Killed everybody.
I was just like, wow, this was awesome. You know what I mean? Like this just felt
and then it
James
ends
Bond.
With James Bond jumping off a cliff, diving into a plane. You see that? And you're like, this is my James Bond right here. This airplane, he threw the pilot out of the airplane.
Yes.
and somehow he catches up to it, kind of, sort of.
He chases down the helicopter or the airplane first, gets on it.
Yeah.
A motorcyclist runs up beside it.
Yeah.
He has a hold of the pilot. The pilot had a gun, shoots the guy off the motorcycle, throws the pilot out, but he falls out with the pilot.
Yeah.
Runs and gets on the motorcycle that's still running.
That's what
chases after the airplane. Airplane goes off the cliff and he's not in there. So you're watching this going,
dive.
What's that? Oh, he missed. Nope. James Bond jumps that motorcycle off the cliff. It falls. He Superman flies through the air like a flying squirrel, catches up to the aircraft, jumps in, and pulls it up and flies away. All of this happens. I need to know how many times Tom Cruise has pitched this for the next Mission Impossible movie. That he wants to do this one thing. He's like, I can really do it. I feel like he pulls every time they do a new Mission Impossible movie, he pulls up the opening shot of GoldenEye and they go, Tom, no, we're not doing it. I'm telling you, I can do it. No, we're not doing it.
No, not doing it.
But it's
and we didn't even talk about the Guinness Book of World Records setting bungee jump at the very beginning.
Oh, off of
the Hoover Dam or something.
The Hoover Dam, yeah, it was like a dam or something. It wasn't the
Hoover Dam, but it was a huge
set the record of that. But it happens so fast. He's running across that rail, hooks those carabiners up, hooks it up to his foot and jumps. Like you still have no idea what's going on. And you're witnessing this amazing stunt. What I loved so much about this one, watching it again, is I still see a lot of the influence of the 60s and 70s era Bond action to it, and the way they shot it is still felt like there's moments like the music cues felt like OG James Bond, and this kind of stunt, you're just like, this is ridiculous, but I'm here for it.
In the best way possible.
In the best way possible. And it felt that when that airplane goes up, that scene could have been in one of the 60s or 70s James Bond movies. And I would have believed it. They blow up the factory and it's miniature, and the miniature explodes. I love how that just looks and feels.
So many good miniatures.
It's so good. But then later in the movie, he gets in a fucking tank and destroys the town. And I'm like, there we go. There's Charlie's era of action movies. That's what I'm talking about.
Might be my favorite chase scene in cinematic history.
You know what? I used to say movies like The Rock and stuff like that held that, with the Humvee and all this and the Ferrari. Watching that tank drift through downtown, wherever the hell they are.
It's supposed to be St. Petersburg. It was a set, but it was supposed to be St. Petersburg.
Yeah, St. Petersburg, no traction, and that sucker's just drifting around corners. I'm waiting for the Fast and Furious music and Dom Toretto just throwing a thumbs up to James Bond. But I loved that mix of this feels like the 90s, but then they still paid love to OG James Bond type action, to like when they launch themselves out of the helicopter cockpit. That is such an early Bond type thing. And I love that James Bond has to use his head literally.
Yeah.
And it has to smash the eject button. It was little things like that just kept me smiling, because it felt nostalgic in two ways. A very early nostalgia for early James Bond I remember watching on TV, and then the nostalgia of my James Bond type movie just blended together perfectly. I think that's the one thing where GoldenEye will always be above. I think they lose the charm of the James Bond I want to say isms that GoldenEye has, where you feel like it's something they could have done early. In the next ones, they don't do that. It's all what's newer, what's fresher, what's flashier. I'm not worried about old school. Let's do new school. This one blended that's the best way to put it. It blended old school and new school together.
This movie was a handoff from the old to the new.
Yes.
And they make a lot of self-referential. Even M says, Dame Judi Dench says, "You're a dinosaur. I don't have a problem sending you on a suicide mission."
I forgot about that line. I forgot where she goes, "I'm not here for the sexism and the macho."
Yep.
I was like, wow, that's very like, I expect that in movies now. You know what I mean? Like they're trying to say something. They were saying something in 95.
Yeah, well, that's how they were trying to save this franchise because it was so antiquated. It was so misogynistic. It was so women were definitely objects through all of the James Bond movies. Maybe not the adult ones so much, but certainly
they were still there.
They were,
and this one still did it too. Like
Sean Connery, Jesus Christ.
With when he's that first car chase on a top and he's in Aston Martin with a psychiatrist. No, we don't even get her name in this thing. And he races her down this mountain, comes to a flying stop, and there's a chilled bottle of champagne in the console, ready to go.
Don't you have that? Come on, Charlie. Tell me you don't have that.
I have an axe in the console.
Do you have a champagne axe?
I should get a champampagne. Have you ever seen the knife?
Yeah,
where
the
they
sword
pop,
that pops
the sword that pops the top.
You're gonna break that glass 9 out of 10 times.
I'm gonna break the glass with an axe. I'll be 100% honest with you. I'm not a huge fan of champagne anyway.
But right after Bond does that, after he beds this analyst or psychologist or whatever, he's immediately called into M's office, and that's where she gives him the speech.
Yes.
You're an antiquated dinosaur. We have very little room for you in modern day. We don't recruit your type anymore. We don't want your type anymore. You're a relic from a past age. I mean,
she rakes him across the coals. Yeah. She rakes him across the coals, even mentioning his prior conversation with Moneypenny. The one thing we all look forward to in a Bond movie is when him and Moneypenny get to flirt a little bit.
Oh, this might be my favorite Moneypenny. They have
a good chemistry.
They have one of the most will they, won't they? I don't believe Connery and the original gal were. No. She was below him, but he liked flirting with her because he knew she liked him.
Come in office, have a few words with Moneypenny. This one felt very like, oh,
will they, won't they? She was attractive enough that it would turn his head.
Mm-hmm.
She had some very strong lines in it.
Yes.
What did he say? Where she said, "I don't think you've had me yet," and it was just it was a sock to the gut.
He goes, "I'd hate to lose you," and she goes, "You haven't even had me yet." Yeah. He pauses at that line, like, you're right.
You got me.
Yeah.
But Roger Moore was like, that was a big brother, little sister sort of thing.
Rogers felt that way with that.
Yeah, and I don't know.
Daniel Craig's never even tried. No. I mean, there is a Moneypenny later, but it never materialized into what we knew, But one character will always stand shoulders above every character in the James Bond pathos. It's Q, baby. I love my Q. Everything about this is probably my favorite Q scene. This is them being in on the joke. He's got a wheelchair, broken leg. Oh, skiing accident, I see. Boom! Freaking rocket comes out of the freaking cast. Yes! All right, cool. I like this. And they are talking nonchalantly. And I'm telling you, this movie's the one. I don't give a shit what they're saying because I'm watching everyone else in the lab. The guy that gets caught in the phone booth with the airbag smashes him up against the wall. Someone gets launched in an ejector seat. They go around the corner to blow up the 3-click pin that comes into play later. And the staff is carrying the guy in the phone booth still stuck behind them. I'm rolling. I am literally laughing out loud.
Very Naked Gun. It's Police Squad.
So,
all that shit that's happening in the background. It's
so naked. And Bond is doing what he always does is he picks up shit and fucks with it, which I always love. He opens a laptop, types on it, and closes it back down. Like, don't do that. Don't touch this.
Don't do that.
He picks something up out of the car and another technician takes it out of his hand. Like, don't do that. He picks up
my lunch.
Q sandwich. What's this? My lunch, Bond. I love everything about Q. This is my favorite.
Q is such a brilliant character. whomever came up with it, was it Fleming that came up with Q?
I think, yeah.
The character of Q. It's such a Chekhov's gun. I wonder, I was thinking about this the other day. I wonder if Fleming would write himself into a corner and go, I need a gadget to get Bond out of here. Let's introduce it in the Q section. And I wonder if all these screenplays were like that. Like, okay, we're going to write this. We're going to write this. Oh shit. How are we going to get out of this? Let's make a gadget and introduce it in the Q part.
I like that thought process, but I had another idea watching it today is what if everyone in the writer's room, they were like, come up with a gadget, anything.
Come up with a gremlin.
And then they put it up on the wall and they throw darts and it lands on one. Now they have to incorporate that into the movie because it feels that way when he has a belt that has a 75-foot long, rope on it that can hold only his weight. And they specifically reference it. And I swear to God, it feels like they just found a reason to use it in the movie later, where he basically Luke Skywalker's from one walkway to another walkway. And there's a lot of Star Wars isms in this movie too. That's a Luke Skywalker swing when he falls on the satellite piece and he ends up at the very bottom.
Totally Empire Strikes Back.
Empire Strikes Back. It's all I could think about right there. So I'm like, I bet that would be a fun
10,
game.
15 years later
is don't come up with we don't want you to make a clever gadget. Come up with a weird one, and then we're going to pick one, and we have to fit it in the movie somewhere. And then the runner-up was the Stinger missiles behind the headlights of a BMW that don't get used in the movie.
It's so disappointing.
So disappointed in that.
Don't introduce a gadget and not use it. Come on.
You know who got to use it? Triple X. Whenever they James Bond his car and put rockets in the headlights. See, Pete? They did it right. Okay. Check 1 to Triple X. No check to James Bond on that one. But I love it. I love all of the James Bond kind of things we get. And with James Bond, I will always love the wild plot device of why we're here. Is this one doesn't tell you till later. Like first you think it's the helicopter they're stealing that is immune to EMP. I'm guessing immune to radar. Like basically it's the most high-tech Tiger helicopter ever created. And you're like, oh, they stole that. So that's an important thing. It's a swerve. They just needed it to get to the lab where they made the GoldenEye. And then we only kind of figure out what GoldenEye is after everything else has happened. And then you're like, wait, okay, there's 2 keys. What are they doing? They took a launch control thing. Oh, that's GoldenEye. And it's a giant EMP satellite. It felt so James Bond. Like, I know ultimately it's about Sean Bean getting money. It all is. It's very Dr. Evil.
It's a bank robbery.
$1 billion. I mean, that's what it is. But there has to be an insane way to get there. If it's not revenge on Bond, then I need a maniacal hidden base somewhere where
you built
a giant satellite comes up out of the water
layer to steal 100 million or something.
It's a freaking volcano. Okay. That's where I want my lab. Agitated sea bass.
How many times watching this movie were you thinking, oh my God, Scott Evil would be so pissed off right now? I can't just shoot him.
I cannot get that out of my head. Austin Powers has forever changed watching James Bond movies because Sean Bean has him dead to rights like 3 times in this movie and never shoots him. Has a gun on him and never just shoots him.
You tied him up in a helicopter. Just shoot him. It's like like Batman, the old Batman TV show. Like always an elaborate something or other.
I have
Batman gets out of it.
I have the Batcopter escape pill that I can take right now.
And that was the other thing I wanted to say. Like, so Batman, the brilliance of Q is that you've already introduced these gadgets and you know they're on his person somewhere, where Batman just pulls out shark repellent off of his bat belt, his utility belt.
Because they didn't care that it wasn't explained. Yeah,
right,
no.
Right.
And that's kind of where when you're watching a James Bond movie, yes, it's still insane, but you're also like, well, they told me that's going to happen, so I'm okay with it.
It's the Chekhov's.
I have a laser on my watch. Of course, James Bond's watch is going to do something cool. Even if they don't show you, which they don't show you that in the Q talk, Bond's watches always do something.
Always have something cool.
Always. So you're always into it. I think the only thing they really didn't do in this one was like something with the shoe. You know what I mean? Like,
they didn't have a shoe thing.
No shoe thing, no car,
no telephone in the shoe or anything. Come on, guys.
No, and I think that's another big one is like later on, like cell phones. They're now like, oh, we can play with cell phones now and start going. The big one here, which is the main thing they need at the end, is the grenade pin, which I like. It's an innocuous tool for James Bond. Oh, it blows up. I can blow up a door. I can do this. I can do that. As the audience watching it, it's an ink pen that can blow up. No big deal. He'll use it here soon. It becomes a main piece of the climax.
That's a stressful climax.
It is. I swear to God, I still count.
Clickety click. I couldn't keep up.
I am always like, I still think it's off by one when they first, when Sean Bean fucks with it. I still feel like he didn't get 3 final clicks on it. But yeah, when Alan Cummings had to learn how to do that,
to roll the pen
to roll
first.
it,
that's
so
not easy to do.
He had a magician friend teach him, so he's practicing. So you see him doing it with that big pen earlier. He's nailing it. When they gave him the prop, it was a different shape and size, and he had to learn how to use that one while filming to get back to where he could with a regular, because he thought it was just, okay, I'm just going to spin a pin. Yeah. And they hand him, and I'm guessing it was probably like real metal, felt weighted, like it gave it some.
A big pen is plastic. This is probably an ink.
And he has said that he really had to work at relearning how to do it, but he sells it, and now we're in the 90s. Now we have that hacker kind of era coming at us. We've had movies like Hackers, which we did with Spoils of Horror. So now we're watching this and we feel like, okay, yeah, this is my era. Yeah. Getting in that computer. I'm going to spike somebody. I don't know what the fuck that means, but I'm going to spike them. Oh yeah. I can hack into the Pentagon. I can get into the FBI headquarters. I can do all this. Oh, we're having a hack off. We're going to hack each other back and forth. Bullshit. All bullshit. 90% of hacking is phishing schemes. That's all it is to get a password.
Social engineering.
That's all it is.
Not stealing passwords. It's social engineering.
Writing code. I can do all it. No, but I don't care. In the 90s, this was what real hacking was. I don't care what anyone says. It's still my favorite. And then we got to talk about the Bond girls. But one that I'm pretty sure first time I saw her was this, which was Famke Janssen.
Yep. First time I saw her was this film.
Because I know it wasn't long after she did Deep Rising, but she was still.
Did this come out after X-Men though?
In 95? No, this came out before X-Men. X-Men was
like 98 or 9 or something like that.
I think X-Men was like early 2000s.
Maybe? What?
Because Blade would have had to come out before then. X-Men was 2000.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And she and Alan Cummings stars.
Yeah. So you've got Nightcrawler and Jean Grey rocking and rolling in here. I like her.
Lord of the Rings. You had Hagrid was in this.
It is Hagrid, isn't it?
Yeah, sure is. Oh, what the hell is his name? I should know his name.
Son of a bitch. Didn't even realize that.
Russian diplomat. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, damn.
Beastmaster too, wasn't he? With Liam Neeson. What was that Sword and Sandal movie with Liam Neeson?
Liam Neeson?
He was a side character. He wasn't the main character. I thought it was.
Oh, Cole.
Cole, thank you.
Yeah, he was one of the thieves.
Thank you. Yes.
You said Beast Smasher and then Liam Neeson, so my brain did not go to Cole immediately.
Right.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Speaking of which, I think we need to hit a commercial real quick.
Oh, yeah.
Do you like horror movies?
Do you like hanging out with your friends?
Do you like having a laugh?
Do you like podcasts?
Well, you should check out our podcast, Spoils of Horror.
We're not a review show.
We're a horror movie hangout where we talk about movies that are lost, forgotten, popular, and bizarre, all in the scary realm.
You can listen to our podcast while you're doing just about anything.
You could be washing your dishes.
You could be washing your cat.
You could be washing your genitals. All forms of genitals accepted.
We are a fully inclusive genitalia show.
Yes, we are the #1 ideal podcast for washing your genitals.
Our genital Yelp reviews are unsurpassed.
5.5 stars.
You don't want to know where that half came from. It's,
Now that you know that, check us out on all major platforms.
you can search for Spoils of Horror on all social media sites
Come and hang out with us. We'd love to see you.
and your genitals.
Bye.
All right. Back to Famke Janssen. Bond, second best Bond name for a woman after Octopussy. On a top.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know all the other names.
We should have done our research better.
I probably should have.
Yeah.
But if the fact that I can remember On a Top and Octopussy, which I don't think that was the girl's name in that one. I think she had a different name in Octopussy.
I think it was a code name.
I think it was. Again, I need to give them all a rewatch. But this one, I even when it's been a while since I'd seen the movie, you talk about On a Top. Yeah, she kills guys with her thighs.
She sure does.
Famke Janssen was not really a thigh lady. You know what I mean? Like,
I would believe it if it was a thicker, lower body woman.
There was a
a bit of a beanpole, isn't she?
I wish I could remember her name. She was in one of the Nemesis movies, and then she was in Iron Eagle 3, because I always said she was the female Rambo. She had thighs that could crush a man's head. Like, I remember that. She could have played a very good She-Hulk in the 90s. And then also anyone from American Gladiators.
Oh, sure.
Pick one, Sable, Jazz,
Sable.
whatever.
Yeah. You know their names.
I know.
Of course you do.
Of course I do. Of course I do. I was raised on American Gladiators. But I think Famke added that kind of sultry, villainous, femme fatale, I guess would be the right word. She looks like an evil person, the way they got the dark eyes to her. She does the Russian accent. She's killing. So I turned this on last night, and Liam had already gone to bed, and I don't know what Anthony was doing. Chloe was still in the room, and I wasn't thinking a thing about it. Turn on this. It's Bond. It's PG-13. I don't care. It gets where she kills that Russian guy, and it's the sounds she makes, not while they're fooling around, but when she's killing them. Jackie goes, "Do you really think this is an appropriate movie to have with your daughter on in the room?" I'm like, they're not doing what you think they're doing. She's killing him right now with her thighs. I can't help it, but Jackie, and then you watch it.
James Bond movie. There's gonna be some shit like this in it.
I said it, and then I went. Pete picked it, so it's my get out of jail free card half the time.
Yeah, throw me under the bus.
But
sorry, Jackie.
Chloe lost interest in it, so later on, when she's getting her ass beat and moaning and groaning every time she gets into a fight, I was like, okay, that's fine. But yeah, I thought it was quite comical, because I was like, you know what? Yeah, if you're just listening, they're not fighting. That's not the sounds people make when they're fighting.
Right. If you close your eyes, you're like, oh, what kind of movie is this again?
Oh, damn it, Pete. But
it's another one of Pete's movies. That's what it is. God.
And then we got the I wanted to say good girl, but that sounded wrong when I say it that
She's the heroine. She's the other Russian hacker. She's low level. She only does hidden systems.
Natalia. is her name in there. I've seen her in other things.
I don't recall ever seeing her in anything else.
Oh, she was in Rain of Fire. She's the helicopter pilot in Rain of Fire. So, yep, that tracks. Yeah, I'm not digging in everything. I'm just looking at the first things that pop up. But yeah, I like her. I mean, you always going to get that, like girl next door, if she wore glasses and worked in a library, but she was uber hot, that's a James Bond thing. They did the exact same thing with Denise Richards later. She's the one that plays Christmas.
Yeah, but Denise Richards is beautiful beyond belief.
Yeah, that was the one where you went,
cannot ugly her up.
Yeah,
at any stretch.
Like nerdy, yes, but you did not make her nerdy. Where all of a sudden you're like, whoa, she actually is hot.
Right.
Also, every time a Bond mission goes somewhere else, they have to make sure they pack a bikini, because they go on that mission specifically, and then the next scene she's in a white bikini.
Sure is.
And I'm like, that's what you pack. You make sure you pack the essentials on a mission. I'm sure
Bond has a variety of sizes in whatever carry-on he's got.
Airdrops it. She's whatever size. I'm not going to insult anyone by trying to guess sizes here, but no. And almost always a white bikini. Yeah. But but I don't have an issue with her. She's not an annoying character, because sometimes
there isn't a character that I don't care for. I mean, yes, you don't like the bad guys, which is great.
That's the difference. I want the bad guys to lose, but I want to like that they're bad guys. And that's what I think. I
wish they were a little badder,
I get that. That.
The head Russian was almost like Cummings and Sean Bean were the two bad guys, and then there's this side Russian character. Just
they got rid of him quick. That you felt like he was going to be, because I mean he murders the people that are working under him, like murks them dead. He has that Russian general, whatever, head of. Look, they had Space Force before we had Space Force. I'm just saying, but I kind of felt like he started out really good as far as an evil bad guy, and then he kind of lost his edge the more they tried to push Sean Bean's character once revealed.
They reintroduced Sean Bean, he became second or third on the list of
and makes dumb mistakes that you're like, that's not kind of fitting.
But this is the Pierce Brosnan guys. It's not, I mean, like Mads Mikkelsen might be the greatest Bond villain ever. He was wow, is he good?
His real name is a Bond villain name.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if your name's Mads Mikkelsen, you're a bad guy. I hate to tell you this.
Great one. God, he was so good.
Well, I meant you get, and I'm going to get raked across the coals. Whoever Dr. Evil is parodying in the movies, Blofeld. Blofeld is probably the pentamal.
He's the
Bond villain,
Spectre or something.
Yeah, he is like the one. But as far as like just a rando villain that is going to die in a movie, or at least in the next movie, I feel like Mads Mikkelsen is probably one of the best.
That one, and the guy that it was another Daniel Craig guy. He had the bullet in his brain and he couldn't feel pain.
Oh, that's the guy from No Country for Old Men. Wasn't that it? Or no, couldn't feel pain. Wasn't that the other Blofeld? The redo of Blofeld? I need to rewatch those.
It was in the Craig era, I'm pretty sure.
Because the guy from No Country for Old Men is the one that took the cyanide tablet and half of his jaw dissolved.
Oh.
I want to say it was Christoph Waltz but he's playing Blofeld. I thought that was who he was supposed to, because he's the head of Spectre.
I'll watch these again.
I might. It's going to be a little bit. Actually, I think I want to watch the originals before I rewatch the Daniel Craigs, and then I will watch No Time to Die. Like I think that's what I should do. Rewatch all the OGs, all my Pierce Brosnans, restart the Daniel Craigs, end on No Time to Die, and then get pissed off at that one all over again.
Get pissed off at it and just
but have all the memories of all the other James Bond
hopefully
movies.
The next guy's coming up here pretty soon because we're on 6 years now at least.
Well, that was going to be a question I was going to ask you is, do we need more Bond?
Yeah.
You should. We do. Okay.
I also don't want it to be the Craig broody.
No, I
sad,
hope they.
Sad
I hope
clown.
they retcon that. I want that gone.
I want it to be a little more, a lot more Pierce Brosnan. I like my Looney Tunes. I want my action to be ridiculous.
But do we go back to the Ian Fleming novels, or do you let them tell their own
we've
stories?
Already covered them all, haven't we?
I think most. I don't think there's,
and even
if there are any, there's not many.
A movie of it. It's also an adaptation. It's not.
Oh, none of them follow the book. Some of them
really.
are 2 books, I think.
Yeah.
From what I understand, like they take pieces and parts from others. I don't know. I was thinking about that the other day because we've been hearing this for the last 5 years, ever since No Time to Die came out, of who the next Bond's going to be. We've heard things like Idris Elba and tons of other names tossed out, and I have no issue as far as if you want to make a black man James Bond, fine, what the fuck ever, I don't care. But I'm also getting to the point of, do I need and do I want more James Bond, or is 27 movies enough? Have we told the story, and now should it just be go back and watch those? Because I think it's because the Daniel Craigs did kind of leave a sour taste in a lot of people's mouths, and you're kind of like
ended it for sure.
Yeah, and ended it. There's a reason we're needing a new Bond, but that also just raises that question of, will his popularity carry him for now a 6 years later again, unlike what Brosnan was able to do, or do we just let him exist in the time frame? Because even with the Daniel Craig, they tried to touch on some of the stuff that made Bond, but as we go, there's less and less we can do that makes James Bond. As much as we are getting away from sexism and toxic masculinity, which to me, I think it's just buzzwords. I live in the 80s and 90s. When you talk about toxic masculinity, I'm like, yeah, those are my favorite movies. So I don't give a shit, but they're not going to make money. And that's why they're not making them now. So I almost would rather just remember my Bond fondly than being like, oh, here we go. It's a new one. Oh, wow. They really missed the mark on that one. Oh, well, they've signed 8 movie deal. Okay, we've got this for the next 16 years. Every 2 years. Awesome. I'm just going to go watch Lazenby now.
That's interesting because they like Doctor Who's on a little break right now. And we had some really good Doctor Who's in the 2000s. Really good. And then you had a couple that, and I don't want to say it's the actors. So really the writers did not do Doctor Who.
I think it's both I think it's both a little bit. I got some friends that are huge Who Whovians. I wasn't sure if that was a Dr. Seuss word or not. But
I never thought of that.
But I hear that discussion, and it's almost like, who are they writing for now? Like, what are your goals? And it got very away from Doctor Who, from what I've heard, and I've not watched. I've seen a few. It never grabbed me like it did so many other people. But yeah, I don't know. And I guess that's the exact same talk we have with everything else we do, where I'm bitching about new action movies, or even new horror movies now, where I'm just like, have we lost our edge? We did it so much better back then. Why are we continuing to try? And I also don't want you to fucking remake shit anymore. Like, I don't want to remake. I don't want you to touch it. Don't even look at it. I don't even want you to watch the old ones anymore. Go away, Hollywood.
So
don't
grumpy.
touch my. I am. I got. it's part of watching these movies where I'm just going, where are these? Where is a tank driving down the street, chasing people in a Jeep? And it's
That's
the
Fast
most
and Furious, isn't
asinine,
it?
and this is Fast and Furious before Fast and Furious.
Yeah. That's what the Fast and Furious franchise is. It's
Yeah, now
ridiculous car chases. Yeah.
and now it's bigger and bigger and bigger. But we were doing this shit in the 90s, man.
Mhm.
You know, and I liked this more than almost all of the Fast and Furious stuff I've seen. You know, because now it's not so much of a whoa, they did that. Now it's a now we're gonna jump a submarine and launch a car through it. Oh, now they're in space in a car. Literally, what happened? Oh yeah, not stretching the truth on that whatsoever.
Oh no, is time travel next?
That has been speculated of where does this stop?
They need to go to the past and start racing Model Ts.
Pete, they literally in the movie have a discussion about all of the wild adventures they've been on, yet have survived, and ask themselves whether or not they're immortal. That is a conversation had in the movie between two of the characters discussing all the insane shit they've done. And does that mean they're immortal? All right. It's enough. It's enough. Make another Riddick movie, Dom. Okay, that's all. Do it, Vin Diesel. Just give me another Riddick movie, and I will be happy.
I like those Riddick.
I love those Riddick movies. And this is the guy that loved Hobbs and Shaw. So I was like,
oh yeah,
Hobbs and Shaw is the most action movie, Fast and Furious branch off that for whatever reason, it pissed off everyone that made those movies that weren't involved, and I don't know if I'll ever get another Hobbs and Shaw movie. And I'm like, it's actually my favorite. It's like my favorite one, and I may not get any more because it made everyone mad because it was so fucking good, you know. But it's not James Bond. It's not James Bond.
Right.
But yeah, so Pete's right. We were just going to talk mostly about the nostalgia of these movies and stuff like that, them walking through this because it's a James Bond thing. We're going to go here. We're going to learn a little bit of information here. We get the reveal that it's Sean Bean. He thought he was dead, but Sean Bean's mad at Bond because he thought he was dead. Like, motherfucker, he thought he saw you get shot in the head. And I guess they explain it. I know I've seen this a few times, but was Sean Bean evil at that point?
Yeah.
So he was
Sean
in
Bean
on it.
He was a Cossack, or the son of a Cossack.
Okay. You bring up something that I was just like, what? They bring up this whole thing about Cossacks being eradicated after the war because they fought against the Germans.
I don't know how accurate
or the Russians
the depiction in the film is, but the Cossacks were Nazi-friendly Russians.
Yeah, so
and in this movie they said that they saw the writing on the wall, jumped ship from the Nazis, and tried to support.
They wanted to support with America in England.
And England went, okay, great, go stand over there. Boom.
Yeah, and then they were told they were eliminated. Sean Bean was adopted as a child and taught and recruited by MI6 early on.
Very
so
early.
He only knows of his Cossack background through words. You know, he was not raised Cossack.
He didn't know his parents. Why do you have such affection for them?
You have this entire thing, and I swear I think they only use it because of the hatred the commander of Space Force there, the other Russian guy, it makes him pause. He's a fucking Cossack. And you're like, and then after that guy is eliminated, you're kind of like, so why do you hate England again? Like, what?
Because they betrayed his parents and killed his parents.
Yeah. And you've
never met them. You don't know anything about them.
And you hate James Bond because you died in a mission, but you planned to die in Bond. And it was all because, you set the bomb at
Timer
3
for
minutes
3 minutes instead of 6.
instead of 6 because your plan revolved around having 6 minutes to get out, which is why he has a scar on his face. But I'm like, he thought you were dead and needed to get out. So he did what his training taught him to do and changed the time to 3 minutes. I am not really buying your hatred of backstory here, bud.
It's loose at best.
It's very loose.
Very, very loose. But that's kind of, I mean, he's evil to be evil. He's evil McEvilson.
Evil McEvilson.
Yep.
And I do think he has one of the best deaths.
It's awesome
in a Bond movie
because it's a double tap.
It is a double tap that anyone in real life, you're dead at the first one.
The first
he
one
falls
you're dead.
from
your
the
insides
point,
are liquefied.
He falls however many hundreds of feet from the satellite peak, whatever
dish.
it is, down onto it with a thud. Camera stays on it.
That was great.
That was a good good thud.
I believed it.
And they cut away, so you're like, oh, he's dead. Then something starts happening where the needle of this thing is getting ready to collapse after Bond jumps onto a helicopter. Look, that helicopter could not have gotten any closer to that thing. If you look at how it was made and how close that helicopter was, I'm like, no.
Those blades would have been chipping off of the...
It would have had to have been sideways.
Yeah.
Which has only happened in one movie, and it's called Sudden Death, where it fell straight down. Perfectly straight.
Perfectly straight down.
Same pilot. Did both movies.
The needle of the igloo of
Mrs. Jean-Claude Van Damme's crotch. Just
That's right.
But Bond has to jump on this, get away, and then this thing falls. Then it cuts back to Sean Bean, and he's moving. And you're like,
he's not moving a lot, but he's like,
no.
The hell are you alive?
His head's moving and he's making noise, and you're just like, oh, that has to suck. And then the camera goes to a straight above point of view directly in the center of this needle thing, and it falls. And Sean Bean gets way more animated. And it, boom, bullseye right on top of Sean Bean in a giant explosion.
It's
so freaking cool.
It's great. It's so ridiculous. And that's your movie, and Bond.
Oh, and Cummings gets T-1000 at the tail end.
Next.
Yes, but
T-1000's better, yeah.
But I still watch this every time going, why did we not shatter him? Because he gets the whole lab explodes. He somehow survives, just like Katya or whatever her name is, not Natalia. She survives the big explosion at the beginning of the movie. He survives, yells he's immortal, arms up in the air, nitrogen tanks blow, liquid nitrogen falls over top of him, and he is that frozen, like, glasses on, everything. Why didn't a beam fall down and shatter him? Like, give me a real T-1000 ending.
Right.
No. Now there's just a frozen. He's gonna thaw and it's gonna stink real bad. It's
yeah, well,
it's bad. But yeah, that's the end of GoldenEye. Bond gets the girl. I love that the Americans are there as backup, but they only show up after everything else is done.
See, I've taken care of everything. Oh yeah, okay, guys, let's go home. And there's 24 of them there.
24 Marines.
Yeah.
And she drops the joke, which she's not wrong. She's like, I'm not getting a helicopter with you. Yeah. Everything you get into explodes. And I'm sitting there going, wait a minute.
Cars, tanks, helicopters.
The only vehicle, there's 2 vehicles he drives that do not get destroyed is the Aston Martin and the BMW.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else he drives, the tank explodes. Technically, the train crashes into the other thing, but it technically explodes. He gets in the helicopter cockpit, it explodes. Gets into an airplane, 2 helicopters explode.
Yeah.
Gets into an airplane that catches on fire, crashes through the jungle. While it didn't explode, it crashes a second airplane.
2 airplanes.
And I'm sitting there going, she's right.
she's perfectly acceptable.
I'm not getting into anything with you.
Boats, not going to take. Nope, not getting in a boat.
No boats, no helicopters, no airplanes. Planes, trains, and automobiles. Automobiles are the only thing she's going to get in with you. But you're in Cuba, so you have to get in something that flies or floats.
Maybe a raft?
I don't know. Because now he's got that fucking pin in his pocket, and it pokes a hole in the raft. It doesn't even have to explode. Also, did Q get his car back? Is this one of the few cars he gets back in one piece?
Yes. If the American CIA agent gave it
back.
If
the CIA agent didn't bomb it in real life, I'm going to bomb it around. Don't touch any buttons.
Such a good line. Such a throwaway line. It's
such a throwaway line, but it's so good. But yeah, GoldenEye. I like it. It was good. Yep, still don't have drops for bits.
Yeah, we haven't worked on this at all, have we?
Well, so I had the thought. I was like, I guess technically I could make this give me back my action movies, but I was like, no, we're doing a new thing. We had not done a Bond at all, so I still feel like this is give me back the podcast.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go back to what we did last month. We're gonna pick our favorite scene in the movie, any part of it.
Easy. Oh God, not easy. What am I talking about? That's
not easy for you. Definitely easy for me.
Okay.
You want me to go first?
Yeah, you go first.
It's a goddamn tank running around the city.
Yeah.
Going through a giant truck of Perrier water cans everywhere. Like, how much did that cost you, Perrier? I also love that it's all empties. There's no water splashing around, and they fall like empty cans. And you know what? You could sell it as well. The plants right there; those were our ones we were going to fill.
They were the bottom. We were going to.
They were going to fill it over there. But I love the tank. It is awesome. And then he shoots parks the tank on the railroad track.
He sure does.
And fires the tank into the train. And this train was one of those, they talked about it. I thought, first time watching this the first few times, I always thought like the train was going to be like the main headquarters. You'll do a whole Under Siege Part 2 where it's all on a train, because they talked about that. It's like, oh yeah, those trains we used during the war because you couldn't keep up with where people were. And I'm like, that only makes sense if you don't destroy the tracks. But whatever. But also when he shoots the front of the train and it's still going, however they designed the front of it, it looked like a flaming skull. It's like Ghost Rider took over the front of
the skull, but it was a comet headed full force.
It had that armor that went like pointed like the cattle guard.
Okay.
Well, there's these two recesses on either side of the point look like eye sockets, and then the bottom looks like teeth, and the flame going back around the rounded part. I'm like, that looks like a skull. And then it crashes right into a tank. Awesome. It's awesome. I can't tell you. Pete's not wrong. It's probably the greatest chase everything definitely involving a tank.
There's a pretty good one in Last Crusade, but this one still tops it.
This is better. Yeah, I like them. It's a horse versus a tank in Last Crusade, and I do love the miniature of it falling off the cliff with the guy. And then he falls down the cliff and explodes.
That's a bad green screen. I'm okay with it.
Better than the long arms of the dude from RoboCop when he gets thrown out the window.
Oops.
They learned their lesson on this one. But Pete, what about you? What's your favorite scene in this movie?
I got to go with the tank, but just to be different, I'll go with the airplane dive.
Sure, be different.
Writing, that's the most James Bond thing there has ever James Bonded, right?
I agree with that.
That airplane drops straight off of that cliff. You ride that motorcycle off of that same cliff, and then you go into a dive, and you see it's all in frame. This guy off the motorcycle. I would imagine he's got some sort of a guide to get him where he needs to be. At least I hope so.
It's that, or the way they filmed that one scene is that guy has a parachute. So they get it where he's kind of in line, but because, they do cut the camera a few times. So they probably cut it a few times, and that guy, parachutes to safety.
Just wiggles himself into the airplane and pulls up with all of his strength.
Yeah. That has to be a very tall cliff, but also that plane has a lot of momentum.
Yes, it sure does.
Like, you're not doing that in real life, okay? Yeah, those flaps are gone. You can't, you don't have enough strength to pull that. No, we don't care. I'm just saying, if you have to, because it's like straight down.
Much like the tank running through those buildings. Those are old concrete buildings. That's a pretty beefy tank, but I don't think it's crashing through those buildings.
The most hilarious part of that is that, everyone's kind of got an idea what a tank is and kind of what a tank's constructed like. Like it can take some damage. That fucking train goes through it like it's a paper mache model. It's going through buildings. It's tearing shit apart. But that train there's more pieces of tank than train going on there. That's the only time where you're just kind of like, no, that's not what's going to happen there.
Physics is a little funny in this movie. That's okay.
It's all right. It's James Bond's physics.
James Bond, don't care. If I wanted reality, I would not pick a James Bond movie.
No. Maybe a Daniel Craig if you want the more real.
Okay, fair.
You want one of the most realistic ones, even when it comes to the stunts. Some of them are a little right on that edge, but yeah, they're and I think maybe that is a little bit what hurts it. You've taken that spectacle out of James Bond.
The Daniel Craig ones, as good as they are, they're not fun.
They are not fun. You're 100% right about that.
Not fun.
They are not a fun movie.
The Timothy Dalton ones are just not fun. They're good, but they're not fun.
Yeah.
But that's what Pierce Brosnan has in spades. It's a blast.
Pierce Brosnan brought it, and with GoldenEye being his first foray into the character, God, he nailed it. It's why he got 3 more movies after this. And God, I forget what the time span is between the last Pierce Brosnan and the next Daniel Craig. I can tell you in a second.
Yeah, because Daniel Craig was like in the 2010s, maybe.
Well, Die Another Day came out in 2002. Casino Royale 2006. Was it that early?
Huh.
06?
Wow.
Wait,
right.
20 years ago Casino Royale came out?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Damn. And then 08, and then there was a 4-year gap to Skyfall, then 3-year gap to Spectre, and then 6 years to No Time to Die.
Wow.
No Time to Die was 2021, so we're 5 years out from that one. And there's still nothing happening yet. So
no talks at all whatsoever.
It's probably going to be closer to 10 years.
And Charlie, I'll take another James Bond movie, and I won't take another James Bond movie. Like you asked me that question earlier. Mm-hmm. Do we need another one? I'm not going to say no.
That's fair.
Am I going to desperately miss it? Like I miss Godzilla movies? No, I need me more Godzilla movies.
Yeah, but see, they're doing Godzilla right though. Yeah. Like, say what you want about the MonsterVerse getting a little silly. Godzilla movies are fucking silly. Okay. The last 2 were action movies. I don't care. They were awesome.
Yeah. And the kids love them. I mean, my nephew loves those movies.
Liam had an absolute ball with that. And now we've got
you have a Liam. I have a Liam. That's funny.
It's awesome. But now we're even getting really good adult Godzilla movies. Yeah. Not that kind of adult Godzilla movie, Pete.
No. Well, there's that too. But
yeah, I'm sure you have some of those saved on your hard drive.
Jackie shares all sorts of weird things with me on Facebook.
I know. It's a problem. We're talking to some people. But yeah.
He's on new medication.
I think that's the difference is if you do it good, then I'm all for it. Then I'm all like, yes, go. Do your best. But whenever you've had however many chances to do it and they're all kind of like, and then you end it on
yeah.
then I'm kind of like, okay, you're done. You don't know what to do with the character anymore. So you're finished. But that's fair. I'm not saying I won't watch a new one if it comes out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying me personally, I do not need it. Give me something else. I need to watch I don't know if it's a Bond, and I always thought it was. I want to say it's like something Argyle, but it had like Henry Cavill in it.
Henry Cavill was in it. Yep.
It's
a spy thing.
Yeah, I didn't hear a lot of bad. I also didn't hear a lot of good either.
I heard a lot of nothing about it.
Actually, the best James Bond, non-James Bond movie is one we've covered. The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Men. God. That is the most non-James Bond James Bond movie. Like if you've never seen that and you love James Bond, watch it. The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare it's
fabulous.
It's a perfect movie.
I recently saw the Kingsman, and I did enjoy that. That was ridiculous fun.
Part 1,
that very first
is
one.
the absolute best. It checked all the boxes for me. Here's my issue. Part 2 should have worked because it goes on to the zany type of Bondisms, but it didn't work for me. I watched it and went, I think it's more about the villains, and I love Julianne Moore, but the whole hamburger food plot, I was just like, really? Like, I like Samuel L. Jackson with the phone thing, making people go crazy. That felt Bond villain. They reference that. That's what they're doing. They reference that. That's what they're doing purposely in there. But you went too far in the second one. I still need to watch the third one. I think it's a prequel or something like that.
I haven't seen it. Yeah.
I haven't watched it yet, but I adore the first one.
Yeah,
but
I thoroughly love the first.
I don't really care for the second one, and I'm just like,
is that Elton John in that one?
Yes, Elton John.
Okay.
That is the best part of the part 2.
Mm-hmm.
That should be the most ridiculous.
Him being a zany villain, yeah.
Him being in that. Also, the fact that the kid that is in the Kingsman plays Elton John in the like pseudo biopic movie that they just did.
He?
Yes,
I didn't know that.
Targan Eggers or whatever his name is. I never can remember what his name is. But yeah, he plays Elton John.
No kidding.
In that whatever they did. But yeah, I don't know. I like James Bond though. What were we doing? That was all right. We did that bit.
We picked our favorite scene.
So let's rate this thing, and our rating system's super simple. Does it hold up? Would we recommend it to people? And with me and Pete, would we show the Liams? There we go. I like this. You just brought that up. So, Pete, first off, does this movie hold up?
As self-referential as it is, I think it does hold up. But if you pop in a James Bond movie, friends, you're getting a James Bond movie. It's not going to change. It's going to be sexist. It's going to objectify women. It's going to be macho. It's a James Bond movie. It's like having a Godzilla movie without monsters in it. I'm sorry. It is what it is. That's the style of movie you're getting into. I mean, if you know who Emmanuel is, that's the kind of movie you're getting. I mean, you know what I mean?
I don't know what you mean.
If you know what I mean, you know what I mean. That's the kind of movie you're going to get. You don't watch that for family time at all.
You don't even watch that for the story.
No, not at all. Not at all. So, as far as James Bond movies, this absolutely holds up 100%. I love this movie. It made me watching this movie for the first time in theaters in '95 made me love James Bond again.
That's awesome.
Yeah. How about you, bud?
I 100% think it holds up. Like I said, this is my James Bond. This is the one I point to and go, this is my generation, and they did it right, and it fits squarely in the 90s. It it is such a perfect marriage for James Bond. Like, I know the purists, they love their 60s and 70s, and there's nothing wrong with those.
Nope.
I do still enjoy them. But if you're trying to revitalize a character for a new generation, I'm talking to you right now, Hollywood, this is how you do it. You know, use everything to your advantage, but still honor the character in some way. You want to use newer technology? Cool, it's there. Bond fits any new technology that comes out. That was, and that was the other thing with the Craig movies. While there were some gadgets, it was not a gadget heavy James Bond.
Nope.
They were more practical gadgets than anything. I want freaking laser beams. I want exploding ink pens and rockets hidden in my shoes. Like, I want that insane shit. And as the technology gets better, that means it should be more and more plausible that shit can happen.
Or more and more ridiculous.
Yeah, now you can go even crazier because now our technology matches what they thought was insane back in the day. We don't quite have invisible cars yet, but we're getting there. We're getting there. Put some mirrors on a Cybertruck. We're kind of getting there. But yeah, this movie completely holds up. I watch the Brosnan ones more than I do any of the others. And they are my favorites. This is one of the reasons I'm always like, whenever like, Pete, you get to pick a movie, you're always talking about James Bond. Why don't you pick a fucking James Bond movie?
I did.
He finally picks it after all this time. So
I'm such a tease.
And our second part to this is, would we show the Liams GoldenEye? Yeah.
I would.
I would definitely show my Liam.
I would. The
GoldenEye.
The risque parts are few and far between.
They're tame.
And
honestly.
Pretty tame.
It's on a top that's making them over the top. But other than that, that's really all it is, are those couple of scenes with her. Even him with the other girl, it's camera cuts. So, yeah, there's not a whole lot there. The girl in a bikini, they see that everywhere.
View to a Kill is way more risque than this is.
Yeah.
There's some parts in that one.
A lot of silk, a lot of sheer.
Yeah. A lot of Grace Jones.
A lot of sigh. A lot of Grace Jones. Grace Jones not shy.
No, she's not.
She's very tall too.
Is she?
Yeah. She's pretty tall. Huh. Well, I think it's her build that gives her that height. But I always thought she was pretty tall. Like,
I don't know.
Wonder if she's like Brigitte Nielsen tall.
Oh, I doubt that. There aren't many that are.
There really aren't. She would have been a good Autotop back in the day.
Oh my God, yes.
Let her play the Beverly Hills Cop 2 villain character again. That's a huge bitch. That whole thing. Yeah, kids, if you didn't know what that line that you hear sometimes on memes or TikTok videos, it's Eddie Murphy. Beverly Hills Cop 2. It's a huge bitch. All right. Well, that was awesome. I'm sure some other people were going to be like, well, you barely talked about the video game. Yeah, I mean, I haven't played it in a long ass time. And also I have a lot of nostalgia for it, but we want to talk about a game that when you pop it back into play, you're like, damn, we thought this was cutting edge. It's a lot of squares and rectangles and
all the time. You're like, oh, I remember this game. This is Rygar or Black Tiger or something. Pop of this. Oh, I like this.
Star Fox was awesome. Was it? Was it?
It was when it came out.
I just remember I got to shoot my friends, and there was something about you could get the, I don't remember if it was a code or you had to beat something. You could get the golden gun from Man with the Golden Gun.
Yeah.
And it literally looked like your regular gun. It was just gold. So yeah, if you love that game, awesome. Like I said, it holds nostalgia, and I feel like also they realized in the 90s, we got to market this movie outside of just a movie. So jumping into a video game kind of made sense.
It was the 90s. There was a video game tie-in for damn near every movie out there.
There's no toys for James Bond except for, I think, the cartoon.
there were toys for the cartoon,
Yeah.
and that was really short lived, wasn't it?
Oh
It was
God,
like
I think it
young
only
James
got
Bond, was it?
James Bond Jr. I think is
That's
what it was.
Yeah. Yep.
I think it only did like one season. If it got
If
two, I'd
that,
be
yeah.
shocked.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I think it got a short line of toys. But yeah, there's no James Bond action figures. That's a missed opportunity. James Bond in tank action.
Oh my God.
I'd buy it.
Yes, please.
I'd buy
Rated R toys. Come on, Rambo's got toys.
Yeah, these
Let's
are
go.
PG-13. This should have been a
Right.
no-brainer.
Right.
On a top with leg crushing power, you squeeze her,
You squeeze
squeeze
the
a
back.
push a button on her back or squeeze her arms. Do like the
That's right. The Secret
what was-
Wars power
Super Friends, wasn't it? What?
DC guys.
Yeah, the Batman and the Flash one. You squeeze Flash's arms and his legs would move.
Legs or the Hawkman's wings would flap. Or
Hawkman's wings would flap.
Superman's punching power. Yeah.
Green Lantern, just raise the lantern.
All right.
That's all it did. Just there it is. I'm holding the lantern in darkest day.
Lame.
But yeah. See, you could have had a lot of fun with that. Sean Bean with a removable face, scarred and no scarred. Sean Bean with a easy death option because he dies in every fucking movie he's in. It feels
He
like.
does, doesn't he?
I looked it up. I was like, who is the most killed actor in film? Yeah. And every one of them references going, yes, I know a lot of you are here to see if it's Sean Bean. It is not, but he's like the most remembered because of the joke, the meme.
Yeah.
It's actually Christopher Lee and Danny Trejo are two of the most killed.
Christopher Lee, because he's a vampire and everything.
He was in it, but Danny Trejo has been in a lot of movies, a lot of not great movies.
Not Allion?
No, I was actually shocked about that as well. But Danny Trejo, they did say, he has said in interviews, it's in his contract, if he plays a villain, he has to die at the end because it teaches kids that crime doesn't pay.
Aw.
I was like, that is the most wholesome machete thing I've ever heard. I love it. You give me another reason to love Danny Trejo. You did it right there. I love it. But all right, so that is our episode of Give Me Back the Podcast.
That was a hoot. Can I take this
awesome.
off yet? It's so fucking itchy.
I'm surprised you made it this long with it on your head. Give the people what they want, Pete. There you go. That's it.
Oh, it's hot.
That's a very James Bond villain moment. You should have played it off as this whole time. You didn't even realize. But let's see what we got. Is it May? It's May already.
May.
Good Lord. It's flying.
Zoom goes 2026.
Constantly, dude.
It's weird that it seems like it's going faster and we're still only recording once a month.
Right?
Weird.
Like should feel like forever in between this stuff, but not.
Yeah.
Let's see. I think we've announced what we're doing on B Action because it is our 2-year anniversary on B Action.
Oh, great.
I know our last one's going to be Dustin's Coliseum episode where we're going to pit like all of our villains and heroes from the year together. So we've gone over all that. And then I think we're going to due to the unfortunate loss of Chuck Norris, we turned April into month of Chuck for B Action. So you got to hear us talk about Wolf McQuaid, Silent Rage. So we were going to do Steel Justice with Martin Cove. It got bumped. So we've decided we're going to do that for May. So still going to have some Steel in this year. So we're doing that. And then, Pete, you and Anna have After Hours. Have you announced what you're doing or is it still
it'll be announced tomorrow as of we're recording today. My first pick for After Hours is dropping tomorrow on Tuesday. So I guess it doesn't matter. It will have been announced then. Now that I'm doing the math.
So that one's been out for 2 weeks, according to this one being.
Yeah.
So that was Daughter of Dracula, right?
It was Daughter of Dracula.
Or Frankenstein. It was one of
Dracula, those. Daughter of Dracula. But Anna picked Crash. So she picked a Cronenberg movie.
Oh, Cronenberg
So
for this month.
trumping the shit out of me. So she goes with David Lynch for her first. I get some lesbian boob movie from
as you do.
And then Anna doubles down and goes with Daddy Cronenberg for Crash. So
I always forget he did that movie. Like, I don't know. I've never seen it.
It'll be a first time watch for me, and I'm damn excited.
Hey, if I'm not supposed to watch or listen, can we tell Charlie before the episode comes out? Maybe, just maybe.
Oops.
Yeah, maybe just a little bit.
So think about that.
So that'll be that's May. So just 4 episodes coming out. No extra Tuesdays. June, I think, is the next where we'll have an extra Tuesday for Give Me Back My Need for Speed.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then a very special month follows that.
What would that be?
Sure. Oh, I can't afford to pay him to come back. So, you got to wait. I'm saving all my drops for right before, but yeah, already planning. Like, we're technically recording this in April.
Yeah.
Still, we got plans in the works right now for that month. Huge.
Got to make those plans or you get off track.
Got to be huge. Huge. Bigger than any straight of whore mooses.
Stop it.
All those dirty mooses.
Stop it.
The whores of moose. Yeah, I don't know. If you want to keep following everything, we are still on Facebook at Give Me Back My Action Movies, the Facebook group. Give Me Back the Podcast Facebook group. All of us are on Instagram. Give Me Back My Action. Give Me Back My Podcast. Good Beer, Bad Movie Night. After Hours Cinema with Pete and Anna and Pete. The Crap Show. Anna, Nerd at the Movies. You got Dustin, Flicks and Friends. Nikki is on there. Yeah, we're everywhere. So check us out over there. Instagram's our big one. That's where you're going to find and stay updated.
On Instagram.
A lot of that going on there. What's coming out on Good Beer? Like, I don't even know where you guys are at now.
Just this coming Sunday we're going to record. It's Hot Spring Shark Attack.
I thought you were going to say Hot Tub Time Machine or something.
No, Hot Spring Shark Attack came out last year, and I've seen it. It's pretty damn funny. It's completely ridiculous too.
Good. Is it like comparable to Cruel Jaws? Like, am I going to like it like that, or is it worse?
It came out last year, so it's a lot of CG, but there's shockingly a little bit of puppetry in it too. So,
well, I mean, Cruel Jaws didn't even use its own fucking film, so I mean, we're already winning.
So, you might enjoy it. It's very silly. It's a very quick watch.
Good. Yeah, I don't want to drug out.
And
like
the concept is completely Toho science as far as
perfect
what's going on. So you might actually enjoy it. Just turn your brain off and have a good time.
I like the fun ones, not the ones that are like 2 hours long and it was a trauma shark the entire time. Like, I don't, I don't want to watch those.
I think this is barely 80 minutes long, so it's a quick watch.
Oh, I love those. Yep. Give me those back.
You'll never be able to see it though. It's on Canopy.
All right. And we
look at you just slide right past that. Like, I don't have a life.
I have other ways to get a hold of stuff. I'll do that.
I know.
And we haven't decided what June's episode is going to be. So you'll just have to follow us on our socials to see what we announce. We'll figure it out by then. I do know what July's movie is though.
Oh,
so, just so everybody knows. All right. We're done jibber jabbering. Anna's got to edit all this, and she hates us enough as it is. So we will see you guys next month for Give Me Back My ... the podcast.
Thank you.